Breaking news. We are getting word that undergraduate students are entirely unaware of the role proteins play in our lives, especially in regards to evolution. Now, this is absolutely disastrous news, so we've interrupted your broadcast to bring you some insights and clear up some misconceptions. We have a man on the ground right now. Danny, what's going on?
Hello, Sam. We have just received word that here there are students who are actively pursuing research opportunities and they are completely clueless and they know nothing about proteins. So today, me and the crew are going to take some time and we are going to talk to some of these students in the RU program. Excuse me, are you in the RU program?
Yeah, I'm studying.
What do you know about proteins? What do you know about their role in our body and in evolution?
I don't really.
Sam, our fear has been proven true. Hold on. Ma'am.
Yeah?
Are you an RU student?
I am.
What do you know about proteins?
Well, I mean, I guess they...
Sam, excuse me. Sam, this is a dire situation here. These students who are actively pursuing research opportunities are completely clueless when it comes to research. These students who have taken 3 months out of their year, instead of at home having fun in the pool, they're here learning about research and to do research, and they know nothing about proteins. Unbelievable. Back to you, Sam.
Wow, really scary stuff. Thank you, Danny. We have our expert correspondent here, Professor Montgomery, to hopefully clear the air a bit. Professor, can you hear me?
Hello. Yes. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is a dire situation and I need to talk as fastly and quickly and efficiently as possible to make sure you understand what proteins do in your body, okay? Because this is no laughing matter, okay? First of all, proteins are building blocks of your body. They make up almost everything you can think of, okay? Proteins are involved in that making, okay? Let's talk about your tissues. Yes, that's protein. Your muscles, of course, that's your protein, okay? But we can't go into that aspect right now. There are many more that proteins are involved in that I also can't get into, but we are going to talk about this. This is the central dogma, okay? The central dogma is the idea that your genes, okay, your DNA, genetic material, is coding for your traits or what makes you, you, okay? In this case, we're gonna talk about eye color, okay? So this DNA, gene, genetic material, we're gonna focus on, say this is your gene, okay? This little part tells you what eye color you're gonna have, okay? So this gene is a segment of your DNA, okay? And that gene is then translated into this little mRNA, okay? This mRNA, okay? So this gene, little part, okay, is now this thing. It's transcribed into mRNA, excuse me. So this mRNA, okay, that mRNA is then translated into amino acids, and those amino acids are what makes your protein. Okay, so these amino acids fold and compress into this protein, okay? So that's what this arrow is. These amino acids then fold into this, okay? Now, protein, our good friend over here. This protein is what basically does all the heavy lifting of what trait you're gonna have. Okay, so say this gene goes, okay, this gene codes for a certain receptor or a certain protein that will cue a receptor for melanin production, okay? So this gene then turns into this protein. And if this protein is created correctly, it will bind to a receptor, and that receptor is gonna go, okay, we're gonna produce melanin. We're not gonna have blue eyes, and we are not gonna have green eyes. We'll have brown eyes, okay? So the idea is that your genetic material basically codes for that protein, and that protein is going to do all the heavy lifting in making you, you, okay? Now, proteins obviously do so much more than bind to receptors, but we cannot get into that process right now. We just need to understand that proteins are what do all the heavy lifting in making you, you. My brown eyes are because my protein did its job correctly. Okay, this is very important. I hope I was efficient about that. Yes. Okay, back to you in the studio.
Thank you very much, Professor. My, what an incredible man he is. That was a great lesson, and some would say he's quite handsome as well. Anywho, we are here with Dr. Jennifer Momsen, Professor of Biology and Director of the esteemed Discipline-Based Education Research Program at North Dakota State University. Dr. Momsen, it's an honor to have you here with us.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to be here with you today.
Great. Now, could you describe to me a little bit about what it is discipline-based education research is?
Sure. Discipline-based education research, or DBER, is the study of how students learn specific disciplines, usually science, technology, engineering, and math disciplines, although it could apply to history or communications, etc. DBER research really wants to hone in on what makes it challenging to learn those subjects and ways we can get over those hurdles, make learning easier for students so that more students can enter into STEM work fields.
Incredible. Now, coming from this direction, why is it that students have such a hard time understanding proteins? I mean, they are the building blocks of life, are they not?
They are, that's true. I think what trips up students most of all is that we think of proteins as a food, as something we need to ingest, right? We think about that as proteins, fats, carbohydrates, right? And students often forget that the body makes proteins, right? That is, as you say, the building blocks of our bodies. And students forget about the central dogma and that important role that the central dogma, right, gene codes for, results in proteins, and those proteins are essential to everything from my pinky nail to the hairs on my head to my heart beating in my chest.
Incredible, fascinating stuff. Well, I think that concludes our section for today. I think we all have a better idea now of what the role proteins is in our bodies and in our lives. Now, back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Here. Hello?